Yeah, I always leave that music up to that point. I really like the beginning of that soundtrack. I really like it. So what's up, guys? Today a video on Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, and I'm also going to talk about RPGs in general that I played or that I like. So yeah, Kuni. This game I buffed it. I think it was 2 months and a half ago, something like that. And at that time, I was playing the Mass Effect trilogy, and all of those games plus this game, I didn't have the space on my PS3, so I had to finish Mass Effect trilogy first, and then download this game and then play it, which I did. I think 1 month ago. And right now, I am, as you probably saw at the beginning, I am around 11 hours in the game. And honestly, this is not my type of game at all. The first thing is that I don't play a lot of RPGs, and most important thing, JRPGs. I don't play a lot of them because what I don't like about these RPGs is the mechanics, the fighting mechanics that they have. It's like they forces you to use menus. Like, I never understand that. I don't understand that. Like, for example, in this game, in order for you to do, attack, to defend, you will have all of that in those menus. Now, the worst part about this is that you can move in, around the area on the map. Now, why do I say is the worst part? Because you move with the analog stick. You move around with your character with the analog stick, right? And then the menus that you have on the left down side of the screen, you move them with the direction. Imagine moving with your thumb and then changing at the same time with with still the same hands. That's not intuitive. It's not, really not. That is really a bad choice. Just for the buttons, just for the buttons, it's a bad choice. I remember when I was playing on PSP, Final Fantasy Crisis Core. In that game, it was pretty much the same thing, but the way they put the buttons is that you can also move. You moved with the analog on the PSP, and then for going left, you were using L on the PSP, of course, and then to go right, you were using R. They could have done the same thing in this game. That was easy. I don't know why they make it harder by putting, those directions to move the menus. It's not good at all. It's not pleasant to play. Really not. Another thing, at the beginning of the game, you are alone. You have that boy right there, and then when you play the game, you get new partners, which is this girl. And this girl, especially against bosses, this girl is useless. And what I mean by useless, that means the type of character in the games where instead of helping you, she's just a oh man, how do you call that? I'm looking for the word in English. She's just a well, she brings you down instead of helping you. You know what I mean? Those type of characters, that's what she is in this game. She is useless. You see that weapon she has? She has a weapon in form of an instrument, a musical instrument. That weapon, can you imagine how much damage it takes out of enemies? Can you imagine? One. 1 point. Look carefully at look at there. Look there. 3. I'm telling you, against bosses, that's 1 damage. 1. Right there, it was because I already leveled up and we're already used to this area, you know, so enemies are not that, you know, that not that good anymore in this area. So that's why it was 2, 3, but that still is really bad. It's really, really bad. Now, I don't know if it's me because I didn't bought, you know, other weapons for in, you know, shops. I don't know if it's me, but man, this girl is useless. She is useless, especially against boss. Like for example, the last boss that I fought was in that volcano, and I beat him with 1 character, with that boy. I beat him without using the girl, and the girl died like 1 minute and 30 seconds after the beginning of the fight. So let's just tell you how useless she is. But let's pass on that and let's come back to the gameplay. Like I told you, in the RPGs, I don't like when they forces you to stay in menus. You know, attack, defend. What did they put on this one? Oh, I'm looking for the name in English because I played the game in French and then I put the game in English for you guys to see what I was talking about. I'm looking for how do you call it? So that's so in French. I don't know how it is in English. I forgot. But anyway, they put everything in menus, and the worst part is that they allow you to move around the area with the analog stick, and you move the menus with the directions. Like I said, that is something, man, I don't know how they came out with that idea, but it's really, really, really bad. Don't like it. Now, if you look at the story, well, first thing is that in an RPG, the story is always extremely important because even with old school RPGs, turn by turn, that I played in the past, actually in the past I didn't play a lot of RPGs on consoles. Like the first Final Fantasy game, I didn't play them. I was playing, well, the RPGs that I played were mostly on GBA, and then I played also some RPGs on PSP. And then when I got my PS3, I didn't buff with a lot of them, you know, not that many. So yeah. But for the RPGs that I played, even if you used menus and even if it was turn by turn, and even if I don't like that system, the story made me want to play, you know, as well as the leveling up, just like every RPG games. The story was really interesting, and it was really interesting to, you know, to follow it. In this game, I'm used to watch a lot of animes, so when I see the story in this game, I'm just like face palming all day. The story is so childish, is so cliche, is so predictable. It's horrible for somebody like me. Like, it's really, really horrible. Like the characters, you know, you have the small animal, you know, oh man, all the cliches you can imagine, you have it in this game. You have it. So the story is not original at all. You have certain elements that are also in the gameplay that are, you know, somewhat interesting, but nah, the story, nah. So story, gameplay, nah. Now the soundtrack, not that great. Like For example, in most RPGs that I played, when you change zones, when you get in another area and when you get in a fight, depending on the area you are, the music is different, right? But in this game, it's the same theme, but they just change the tone. You know, that's it for the fights. Of course, the boss fights have their own music, but it's the same one. So yeah, even on the soundtracks, there are some sound, there are some music that I like, but like I said, the same music for all the fights, the same theme. No, 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 you can't do that. Something else that I also found strange is this. When people talk, you see them, you're forced to read. That's old school, and well, I can understand that not every studios have the resources, the money, to pay actors to read lines, because that sometimes is pretty expensive. But yeah, reading, no. We are in 2014, and in some scenes they cut the reading part. They put you 3 seconds where you have characters talking, and then they go back with the talking, and you have to read it. I don't get it, you know. So yeah, this game, honestly, for me, very extremely average. Extremely. Uh, I'm playing it, but it's just to play it, because I was curious, because I didn't buy a lot of RPGs, and yeah, like I told you, the most of the RPGs I played them on GBA, a little bit also on PSP, not that much. It was pretty much only the Final Fantasy games I played on PSP. And then on PS3, on PS3, I didn't buff any, except this game, and if you can say that's an RPG, I would say Mass Effect. Mass Effect, I loved it. Of course, I loved it. So yeah, but RPGs, man, RPGs and me, not necessarily my thing. I can play them, but actually the next RPG that I'm really looking forward is the next Final Fantasy on PS4. I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm also planning on getting the what is it, Kingdom Hearts, because I never played Kingdom Hearts. I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. So if I can find, if they can do the remake of the 1 and 2, I'll buy them on PS3 and play it. So yeah, but overall RPGs, it's not really my thing. If they are really action oriented, yeah, that's going to interest. That'll get my interest. But overall, just like, don't know about this, don't really care. So I guess that's going to be it. Just wanted to do something different and talk about a little bit of this game, even if I'm really not a fan. So yeah, let me know which RPGs I should play before the next gen games, on PS4 and Xbox One, etc. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next videos. God bless you. Bye bye.
これならいらねえや。欲しければお前らにやるよ。あとはお前らの好きにしな。じゃあな。